I'm JoTomo, and welcome to Joe's Bay Corner, a brand new show on Tomovision about all things Beyblade. I've been fascinated by Beyblade since the plastic generation in the early 2000s, and I continued loving it for years, although I'd stopped playing in 2015 around the time when Burst Generation came out. An entire 8 years later, a brand new generation of Beyblade is here, Beyblade X, and it's captured my interest so much that I knew I just had to make some videos about it. I was able to secure one Beyblade from Beyblade X, Wizard Arrow. I don't have a stadium, but when I do, be ready for some spectacular Bey battles. Without further ado, join me as we take a detailed look at the latest generation of Beyblade, Beyblade X, and how it compares to the past 20 years of Beyblade history. So, this is what's included in the box. It's a pretty minimal package, and if you're like me and you came from the Metal Fight generation, you might be wondering, how do you assemble this without a tool? Metal Fight bays, like the Storm Pegasus here, were assembled and taken apart with a little tool like this. Beyblade X bays don't come with an assembly tool, so how do you put them together? In Beyblade X, a bay consists of 3 parts: the blade, the ratchet, and the bit. To assemble a bay, you start off with your ratchet and your blade. And you see this little bow tie shaped indent in the blade? So you fit these two together, and then you rotate it counterclockwise, and you'll hear a little click, and it will lock into place. No facebolt required. That's built into the blade. And now to finish assembly, you just click the bit into place. Pretty simple, and it's in there pretty good. And that's your completed bay. Here we have Wizard Arrow 480B, with Wizard Arrow being the name of the blade, 480 meaning the 4 corners of the ratchet, and a height of 80, and the bit being B, which stands for ball. This might be a familiar part if you're coming from previous Beyblade generations. For those curious how Beyblade X compares to previous generations of Beyblade, here's a size comparison of everything reaching back to plastic generation. This comparison doesn't include Beyblade Burst bays as I don't have any on hand. A Beyblade isn't complete without a launcher to send it into battle with. So let's compare with some launchers from previous generations. I don't have any Metal Series launchers in here. And funnily enough, I have Burst launchers, even though I don't have any Burst bays. I've organized these in terms of build quality, from left being the lowest quality to right being the best quality. The closest comparison to the Beyblade X winder launcher is actually the 0G launcher. A detail you might not know about Beyblade X is that these ripcords are actually extremely similar, with their only difference being that the 0G launcher, which is this one on top, has a little ridge on the top that keeps it from slotting into a different launcher. Go ahead and try it. It looks like it'll fit, but it won't. Another detail of Beyblade X's winder launcher that I really like is its ability to free spin. Let me demonstrate. This is fairly unique to Beyblade X, as none of the previous launchers have this capability. Oddly enough, the cheapest looking launcher of the bunch actually has free spin for some reason. I'm not sure why. That said, I wouldn't recommend this for serious competitive play. Here's a comparison of ripcords from previous generations, going from Plastic Gen at the bottom, all the way up to Beyblade X at the top. And here's a comparison of the Beyblades when disassembled. So, that was a detailed look and my first impressions of Beyblade X. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Joe's Bay Corner. Until next time, aim high and shoot for the stars.